Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we're here finally back with some second channel content. Yes, I know it's been a very long time, about 2 months since a video last went live on this channel. For that, I do apologise, but we finally returned once more. Of course, the main channel has done phenomenally well over the last few months. You know, we've now ticked over 80,000 subscribers on there. But new iRacing season, 2022 season 4, I felt it was only time that we make our return back on the second channel. I've got a bit of content lined up between now and the end of the year that I really do hope you're going to enjoy as well. So yeah, we really want to start just sort of slowly building up some momentum once more on this channel. So yeah, if you are still around here, thank you very much for sticking around. 2022 season 4, even I should say, on iRacing, feels a bit calmer than recent seasons. You know, we've had so much brilliant stuff come to iRacing over the course of the last sort of 18 months or 2 years. At the time of recording this, we've only got 2 new tracks that I'm interested with for the end of year sort of DLC update, if you will, for Season 4, and only 1 new car that I don't think is going to be particularly popular, to be honest. So today we're going to be heading to the all-new Rudskogen Motor Centre here in Norway, and we're going to be driving the all-new, all-electric Porsche Mission R. Now, this is the first time in a long time I'm going to be heading to a racetrack where I've genuinely got no idea as to what to expect. I've never heard of this place. It's free on iRacing though, so that is a big win. I think a lot of people are going to love this thing. Basically 2 miles on the nose and 14 corners. But like I said, I've never driven here. I've got no idea what to expect. I've got no idea to expect from the car as well. So I guess what can go wrong? But of course, if you're new around here as well, please do make sure to leave a like and get yourself subscribed for more iRacing and sim racing content. Like I said, I've got a few plans that I want to do with this channel. Mainly focus around, of course, iRacing, Gran Turismo 7, and maybe a couple of other bits and pieces as well. But yeah, let's head out then onto the circuit. This is the all-new Porsche Mission R. Then, of course, for some reason, since Tesla did it, every electric car has now got to have a fancy steering wheel. I'm going to give it a sound test, but I'm not expecting anything spectacular. Yep, it's pretty damn silent, so that, I mean, we might get a little bit of noise out of it as we head out of the pit lane. Of course, it is electric, though, so it is just going to, the throttle sensitivity is going to be absolutely mind-blowing, as that is definitely a Hoover that is powering this thing. I take it, how many gears has it got? I thought we just have the 1. It has only got the 1 gear, so we'll ignore that. But yeah, bit of a different car that's been launched onto iRacing. You know, I don't think I was ever expecting an electric car to be released on the sim, but here we are nonetheless. You know, let's just give it a bit of a welly as we head down this back straight. And I'm gonna have to learn this circuit though, like I said as well there. And I mean, it just sounds very sort of electric race car-y. You get a bit of a whine from it. Sounds a bit like a Formula E car. You know, that is, I think, one of the big things for me about, like, you know, I'm not against. I can completely appreciate, you know, electric cars are here to stay for now. Personally, I am still a firm believer in biofuels will be the future. You know, just the idea of fully renewable fuel that can go in the engines we've already got. And honestly, for me, it's let's get some V10 biofuels going back in the world of Formula 1 as well. But I think, you know, this is a necessary step at the moment until we get all that sorted. But, you know, electric cars certainly have their own limitations, as immediately the vibe I'm getting from this thing is very front-end heavy, as I've got no idea whereabouts we are around the lap. It does feel very tight and technical. Of course, yeah, 2 miles in length, this circuit, and yeah, I'll be honest, unlike a lot of tracks, you know, Motorsport Oschersleben, which we're going to be heading to in a video hopefully going live tomorrow, I should be able to get a little bit more detail on, but I think that's a lap then, so let's try and head up the front straight. What sort of speed can you actually get out of this thing then? So you're heading towards someone. You're looking at probably about 150 miles an hour, as I've accidentally nailed the braking point down in towards the first corner there, so I will absolutely take that. But yeah, I mean, we'll talk about the car a little bit more then, first of all, before we discuss the circuit. We'll still try and put some extra laps in and work out where I'm going. That's way too optimistic into there, and I can't help but feel it's Narnia down in that far corner. Of course, iRacing and Porsche, you know, they have very much got into bed with each other over the last couple of years, you know, the Porsche Esports Super Cup, things like that. I certainly think it is a good idea for both companies, and I think, you know, they have done quite well with the Porsche Esports Super Cup as well, over the last couple of years. It really has picked up a fair amount of interest. It's certainly had its controversies, but has been good fun. But of course, yeah, Porsche now, it feels like using iRacing more and more as a bit of a testbed for some of their cars. Oh, come on, hang on to it, thank you. But, yeah, like I said, for me, I can completely appreciate, electric cars are here to stay for now, things like that. I've watched some Formula E in the past, but again, I don't want to feel like I'm old school or a bit of a Neanderthal because, let's be fair, electric cars can also be incredibly cool. I mean, you got the hybrids, the McLaren P1, the Porsche 918, which, shock horror, are pretty much a decade old now. That really scares me. But it's just those little things that you sort of miss out with electric cars where, it's that sound that you hear. Whoa! This thing's still got a lot of torque though, of course. But, it is all those other positives from electric cars. It is that instant torque. That ridiculous speed. Where on earth am I going down there? But, they certainly, and, you can get, I think, some brilliant racing out of electric cars as well, of course, because I think we're just struggling still to find the right formula with them. Formula E can have some great racing, but sometimes I struggle to sort of stay interested in it. I'm going to really try next season to sort of get more interested, more involved in it a bit more again, because I've tried it and enjoyed it in the past, but I don't know what it is. Sometimes I just struggle with some of the gimmicks, but yeah, it's just a weird position to be in. Speaking of the track, though, must admit, I'm enjoying it as a test circuit. Not convinced how it'll get on in terms of racing, as I keep misjudging. I keep thinking this is the final corner when it isn't. It's very tight and technical. I think as a rookie circuit, it's going to be fantastic. When you're in your Mazda MX-5, maybe even your D license, your Formula 4 or your USF 2000s, your Skippies, things like that. Probably going to work quite well. But I can't help but worry that iRacing is going to try and put the GT3 cars around here. Or something like that, and it will be an absolute disaster. I certainly wouldn't want to take anything more than TCR around this venue. Sort of TCR or Formula 3, I feel like you're really sort of pushing this track up towards its limits there. But, good fun. There's certainly some good overtaking opportunities as well. I think, actually, looking at it now I've said that, I think it will be a very good track, actually, for front-wheel drive cars. You've got some long-flowing corners that can really test the driver's ability, cutbacks, things like that. Could be very good as well, but I think, yeah, a track for the MX-5s, this place is going to be really good fun. I don't think, obviously it is free content, it is designed and sort of been introduced as rookie content, as I'm just trying to slide this Porsche around. It's not quick, but it is fun. Just sort of chuck this thing around, thank you. Oh, hey. This is, yeah, that instant torque does make drifting a little bit more fun, as best as you can drift on iRacing, of course, but yeah, I don't think, if this track wasn't free content, if they were trying to charge $12, $15, however much they charge nowadays, I don't think it would be particularly popular, so I think they've made the right choice there. And I think this one, like I said, is probably going to be used by rookies and then very quickly forgotten about. A bit like your Summit Point. I think it's the Jefferson layout, I want to say. Things like that, some of the shorter versions of Okayama that people don't really enjoy in anything other than the MX-5 Cups. And those little bits and pieces, but it's good fun nonetheless, and a fun little challenge for something a little bit different, as I'm still just chucking this thing around. I might in a minute go bolt on a fresh set of tyres and actually go for a bit more of an attacking lap, but love the little dash in the middle of the screen. I don't know whether, I think this car it'll end up with a series on iRacing this season. I'm absolutely not expecting it to be popular unless Porsche really try and push it with some prizes or things like that. I might give it a go if I hop on one night and see attendance is good. I might give it a try, and we might make a couple of videos out of it, but I'm kind of expecting it to go the same way as the Brazilian stock cars. I actually tried to do the first race of the season back on that during prime time, and it didn't go well. I'm sure if you're dedicated enough to iRacing, you can probably go find that video from Race Spot. I think I looped it on about lap 2, and that was my evening pretty much over. But yeah, you sort of get the cars that are going to be popular, and then the cars that certainly aren't, and I'm not convinced this is going to be particularly popular in the future. I think a lot of racing fans are quite old school. You want your V8 motors and your loud noises, and you're not watching Matt spin an electric car. But I don't know where I was going with that, to be honest. Was hoping it would sound slightly better in reverse. And, of course, one of the other negatives of electric cars, because you've got that instant torque, makes 3-point turns a little bit more difficult. Come on, don't get in the gravel trap too badly. Yeah, like I said, though, we'll bolt on a fresh set of... We'll bolt on a fresh set of tyres, and I think we'll go out for an attacking lap then. I would normally do it for the sound as well, but we're not going to get much out of this thing. Right, so I didn't actually realise I actually had the car chucked up in race mode. I flicked it into qualifying mode, which it seems even more lively. Let's have a go with this then. See how fast it is now down the straight. Okay, this thing is fast. I wish I'd done this at the beginning. This thing's like a rocket ship down the straights now. For those of you that are wondering how refueling works, apparently you just add energy to it. So we might have a look in a minute and see whether it takes 45 minutes to try and put a new battery in. But now it feels incredibly understeery because, of course, just the front tyres can't cope with all of the power. But yeah, we're going to go for an attacking lap then and see what this thing is capable of. Oh, this is so understeery. Whenever you get on the loud... Well, I can't call it the loud pedal either, can I, of course? It's really the whine pedal in this thing. But, yeah, whenever you get on that, you just feel like the front end lifts up and it just wants to absolutely take off. This is not... I mean, I'm going to try and get a lap out of it, but I guarantee you it's not going to go well by about turn 4. Round in the final corner then. Let's see what this thing's got. My Lord! Oh, this thing is wild suddenly. I mean, we were getting 140 out of it up here. Now we're getting 160. Oh, slow it down. Oh, just ran a little bit wide there, but we'll get away with that one. I mean, you've got to drive it, yeah, like a touring car, to be honest. Just straighten up the exits because, I mean, look at that. We're on 90 degrees of steering and it's still not turning at all. Oh, 150 is too late there, but somehow we keep it inside track limits, apparently. I mean, you just bounce on both the pedals trying to get the nose tipped in. Maybe now in qualifying mode this thing's going to be a lot more fun as we try and head through. I mean, it is just so lively. This is brilliant now. What? Oh, no, I forgot what corner I was on. I still don't know my way around here. I mean, yeah, this is a completely different car. It's hilarious. What? Come on. Don't loop it. Don't loop it, thank you. And the great thing is, of course, because it's fully electric and not a hybrid, you don't have a puny little battery to try and use up on a lap. You've got an absolutely huge one that we can do quite a few laps with. We'll go again, I think. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's all gone wrong. It's all gone pear-shaped this time. Tried to take a bit too much speed through that. I want to get one really good hooked-up lap as I keep forgetting that corner. I mean, this track's got a nice bit of elevation change to it. Oh, I'm rallycrossing this thing. How will this car handle a rallycross circuit? That is now a question that I'm certainly going to be answering at some point in the near future. But yeah, let's just actually try and get one more hooked up lap in this. a little bit wide down the hairpin, but again, you've got so much torque on the exit, you can just try and claw back the time. Don't want to get out of shape though through these final couple of corners. This has definitely been the best lap I've done so far. I mean, yeah, this thing is... Oh, no, 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 don't run wide, don't run wide, thank you. Just try and keep it nice and tidy through this horrible final corner. I mean, it is a fun corner, but not in this thing. Is that the final turn up towards the line? What is the time going to be on the board? It's a 1:23.4. And I have got exactly no idea how good that is around this circuit. Apparently I cut turn 1 straight after as well. But yeah, a very, very different car to anything I've really driven on iRacing in the past. Let me know your thoughts and feelings on the Porsche Mission R down in the comments below as well. Like I said, we'll try and return tomorrow with a little look at Oschersleben as well, though. I absolutely love that track, so I'm going to try and take that out. I think I'm going to do it in the Formula 3 car, or maybe something a bit GT style as well. But thank you all so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed, like I said, please do make sure you leave a like and get yourself subscribed. And we will return very, very soon with more iRacing content.